Throughout my trading career, I've seen a countless amount of traders blow their account, which is why in today's bootcamp video, we are going to be discussing position sizing. I'm going to be showing you a strategy that I like to use that helps me understand what my max risk is, as well as helping me understand what my position should be. So real quick, before hopping into this bootcamp video, as always, make sure you guys are doing your daily check-in. Comment down below letting me know you're still rocking with me until day 31 of this bootcamp. Also, while you're at it, make sure to smash that like button as well as clicking that subscribe and that bell icon. It would mean the absolute world to me. But without further ado, let's hop into the video. And then real quick, if you haven't already, make sure you are following me on Instagram at Carhorns, CARWHORNS, the only verified Carhorns on Instagram. I also post a lot of free education over there as well as on my story. So if you guys want to go ahead and drop a follow, that link is going to be down in the description. Anyway, so when it comes to position sizing, right? I see a lot of people, they'll over position on one trade and they'll blow half of their account, or they'll over position all day and it leads to a blown account. I'm going to be showing you guys how to understand what your position size should be in every single trade. So what we can do, because ES is trading at this 61.8% retracement, we can look at this and be like, okay, well, price has made a massive move to the upside as we see this pivot high to pivot low right here. Or actually, no. It's this pivot high to pivot low. But price is trading right at that 61.8% retracement. So we are trading at an area of interest, right? As we see on the 5-minute and even the 2-minute time frame, price had a pretty strong reaction to that level. Say we wanted to go short. Let me just see what SPY is trading at real quick. So I like to use both SPY and ES in conjunction to each other. So as we see, SPY, when it came up and it rejected off of this area, it's currently trading at 443.33. So we know that SPY is trading at this area. We would more than likely, if we're looking for puts, go with the 443 puts. So what we're going to do is we're just going to type in SPY right here, get an active trader set up. If you guys haven't seen my active trader video, I highly suggest you guys go and watch that. I show you how to set up your active trader. That's just the default. But if we were looking to trade SPY, I wouldn't be trading 0DT. I'd be trading tomorrow's expiration. So if we just go ahead and we pull up the 443 puts for tomorrow's expiration, we can see that when price traded up into this high point up here at 443.62, the contracts were trading at a low. The puts were trading at a low of 1.34. So say we waited for this 5-minute candle to close, well, we can see that the options, when they close, were trading at 1.41. So because we can visually see the contracts traded at this low of 1.34, say we get an entry of 1.41. Where is our stop loss going to be? Where is our invalidation point? If ES started breaking above that 61.8, which is going to be at 4453.75. So I would say give this a couple points to the upside above this high point right here. So stop loss around, I would say 4457, give or take. So 2.5 points above this high point right here, just to give it a little room. So if we head on over to SPY, 2.5 points is going to be about 25 cents, give or take. So our stop loss on this trade is probably going to be around, I don't know, 443.85 to 443.9, give or take. So this is where our stop loss would be. This would be the max amount that I am willing to lose on this trade. So we can look at this and say, okay, if we got short at 1.41, if price were to start breaking above here, the contracts are going to break below 1.34. So we can say, okay, if we give this thing about 25, 30 more extra cents of downside, we could conclude that our stop loss is probably going to be around 1.2 to around 1.25. As you continue to trade, you'll be able to calculate this a lot quicker inside of your head. We know that we are willing to lose around roughly $15 to $20 if our stop loss were to get hit all the way up here at this 443.9. So then from there, we can go about our position size. Let's just say that we were willing to risk the whole $20 per contract. This is where you have to ask yourself, how much are you willing to risk to figure out if you are correct in this trade? So if our max stop loss is going to be $20 per contract, we have to sit here and say, okay, am I comfortable with losing $200? Am I comfortable with losing $400? Or are you only comfortable with losing, let's say, I don't know, $100, whatever it may be? This is going to depend on you as a trader. You need to understand, how much am I willing to risk on this trade? And if I were to lose this trade, it's not going to blow my account. I'm not going to lose half of my account, or whatever the case may be. Only you are going to know that answer. If you're not comfortable with losing the $200, then size down. If you're not comfortable with losing 100, then size down. If you're only comfortable with losing $40, then all you're going to do is take 2 contracts. Again, it just really depends on you as a trader and what your risk is going to be. Again, it's really going to depend on you as a trader and what you are comfortable with losing. You never want to get into a trade and then oversize and then the trade go against you, because what's more than likely going to happen is you're going to start making a lot of mistakes. Say in this scenario, again, you understood that $20 was your max risk, but you went in with 50 contracts, right? That's going to be $1,000 of potential risk. And as this thing goes against you, maybe the contracts only dip down to 1.3 from 1.4, and you're down $500 when you aren't even comfortable with losing $500. What are you more than likely going to do? You're going to cut the position early because you're not comfortable seeing that loss or having that loss. Even though your stop loss was never hit, you're more than likely going to freak out, cut the position, and then just see price continue in your favor. Let's go ahead and let's just take another look at another example today. Let's just pull up, I guess, Microsoft, because I know Microsoft bounced off this 61.8 earlier. So let's say we're looking at Microsoft. It had this nice pivot low, pivot high, traded right back to that 61.8. Let's pull up the 1 minute time frame. And as we see, price came down. It started to bounce right off that 61.8. So let's just go ahead and pull up the Microsoft contracts. Since Microsoft was trading at, what is that, 324, we would have been looking at the 325 calls. Now, if we break this down to a 1 minute time frame and we go ahead and what time was this? That was at 9:39. So let's go ahead and scroll over to 9:39. We can see as price started trading down towards these lows right here, the Microsoft contracts traded at a low of 3.1. So now in this scenario, we could say, okay, our invalidation point is literally if price starts breaking below this 324. So we could say our stop is going to be around 323.8, give or take. Say we waited until the end of this candle to get long. We wanted to wait for that confirmation, which you always should wait for confirmation on the candle. So you would have gotten long around 324.3. Again, that's at 9:39. Here's our 9:39 candle right here. You more than likely would have been filled around 3.25. So now we can say, okay, if price started breaking below this low right here and got down about 20 cents, our stop loss should roughly be around, I would say, 2.95 to 3, give or take. So let's just mark this area right here. So as a result, you should be comfortable with losing around $25 to $30 per contract. Now, again, how much are you willing to risk on this trade to figure out if you are correct? Because obviously you can see price significantly climbed to the upside today. But how much money are you willing to risk on this trade? If you're comfortable losing $300, then you'll go 10 contracts. If you're comfortable losing $150, then you'll go 5 contracts. If you're only willing to risk $60 on this trade, then you'll go 2 contracts. If your max stop loss is hit, again, it should not blow your account. It should not ruin your day. No trade should ever destroy you or screw you or F you, because every single trade we take is a calculated risk. When I go and I position into my trade, I know how much I am willing to risk on that trade to figure out if I am correct. If I am wrong, I accept that because I knew before I ever entered the trade, this is how much I am willing to risk on this given trade. So that's the little trick that I like to use to understand what is my position and how much am I willing to risk. Again, have the chart of the contract pulled up that you're willing to trade, and then look and see where was that contract trading as price hit your validation area. And then as we know, okay, invalidation points, where is it? And then we can make a guesstimate of where those contracts will be trading, which as a result can help us understand, okay, I should buy 10 contracts, 20 contracts, 50, 100, etc. So that is going to wrap up this video on position sizing. Again, this is a very important video, probably one of the most important of this bootcamp. If you can't control your position size, those losses, they are going to add up and eventually blow your account. So make sure you guys are positioning correctly in your trades, be comfortable with the risk. And as always, if you guys did find value in this video, make sure to smash that like button as well as clicking that subscribe and that bell icon. It would mean the absolute world to me. Everybody have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.